I'll never forget the first time I used. My buddy said, so you're having trouble with your PTSD and your sleeping and all that. And I said, yeah. And he said, why don't you try this? So he gave me a fentanyl patch and I smoked it, and 10 years of addiction went by. I've been clean now. It'll be 2 years, March 23rd. I had a good family life. My mom and dad were, they were great parents. I couldn't ask for two better parents. We were raised well. We were raised properly. Unfortunately, some events that kind of kick-started, my mental health issues. I was sexually abused on 3 different occasions. I lost my father suddenly to cancer when I was 21 years old. He had everything going, but cancer took him very early. Within 6 weeks of his diagnosis, he was gone. When that happened, I started to dabble into partying. I started partying hard, started selling cocaine, just started rebelling in general because I didn't have that solid father figure in my life anymore. And I started going down a rough path. I got it together a little bit. I went to school. I became a paramedic. And the things I saw while working as a paramedic was, I couldn't bounce back from it. It was too much. Within 6 weeks, I started shooting up all kinds of stuff. I was shooting up hydromorphs. I was shooting up cocaine, meth, whatever. That kick-started me, living on the streets. I was in and out of, different people's houses. I was stealing off my friends. They wanted nothing to do with me. My family wanted nothing to do with me. I was at my lowest. And the paramedics took me to the hospital, and when I got there, I was a wreck. Like, I was a mess. I didn't even know where I was. I remember the paramedics were really good to me. They were really kind to me. They helped me out. When I got in there, it wasn't long before I ended up going into septic shock, like fighting for my life in the hospital. When I got to HSN, like, they did everything they could to save my life and help me and get me into recovery. And my sister was the absolute driving force in this. Like, she wasn't really taking no for an answer. And having a life and death situation like that, and knowing like this is it, like I just can't live like this anymore, made a massive difference. Like, I saw what it was doing to my family. I saw what it was doing to, my nephews. And it was heartbreaking. And I knew that I had to make a change, and I knew I had to do something. Without mental health and addiction support, we're doomed to fail. Because how else are we gonna fight this, this awful disease of addiction without proper mental health and addiction support? Like, this is absolutely fundamental, because there's people dying out there every single day. I wouldn't go back, because I would not trade the life I have now for anything else. Not a chance. What I have now is beyond anything that I could ever ask for. There is no such thing as no hope. There's no such thing as it can't happen or it won't happen, because I was one of the worst. I was an IV user. I lived on the streets. I was stinky. I was dirty. I was begging for money. I was one of the worst. And if I can make it, then anybody can make it. Every single person is worth it.